It's time to be creative in 3D and virtual reality, VR. It's time for Unity. In this assignment, we're going to go over how to set up our Cowboy VR design. In this game, we will be making an FPS Cowboy game, and today you're going to design your world. You can see here's what the world's going to look like. We're going to need this media, so make sure you download your grass and your sand. You also see you're going to need this Pro Western Starter Pack. It is free on the Unity Asset Store. You can also see I've also put the package here. You can see here's the assignment. These are the requirements that you got to have. So you can see if you scroll to the right, I have a world. Inside of my world, I have land, fences and grass, 10 bushes, 10 rocks. I have 2 other fences and grass. That's this one right here. This is the one that I'm at. You also need to have 5 buildings, stuff to shoot. You'll have 10 barrels, 10 bottles, 15 coins, 10 crates, 10 skulls and bones, 10 cactus, 5 big trees, 5 little trees, 20 tumbleweeds, and other. And inside of other, you'll have the wolf trap, the clairon, the hat, the knife, the wheel, the cooker, the axe. You can put this stuff wherever you want when you design your world, but you got to make sure you have all of these things. So let's actually look at our game. You can see here is my game. I have my 5 houses, and I have rocks, and this is really where we live and we're going to play. You can see there's a lot of stuff in this yard, and again, you can design it however you want. Here's my little wolf trap. There's coins that I have on top of the house. Here's a skull. Here's an axe. There's my house that I live in. See, I got little tumbleweeds. So again, I have barrels. So you can design this however you want. This is just an example. And on the right, you can see I have everything kind of closed off. I have my world. I have my stuff to shoot. I have my person. And that's all you pretty much need. This week, all you're going to do is turn in you scrolling around and letting me see what you've actually designed. Let me actually show you the game that we're going to build. It'll look like this, and I press play. Whenever I hit something, it's going to play that coin sound. It's also going to increase my score, which we will do later on. So you can see I can shoot, and I also can hit stuff, and then we can move and walk around. That's the game we will be building for this assignment. But today we're simply going to design the world exactly how you need it. So I'm going to put this on this side so I can still see everything I need. And let's open up Unity Hub. I'm going to do start a new project. I'm going to do it in 2019. If you have 2018, you also can do that. We're going to leave it as 3D, and we're going to call it Cowboy VR 3D. And what we're going to do is go ahead and press create. So now we have this open. Again, I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller so I can see all the stuff that we need to build. And I don't need my game view right now, so I'm going to make that super small. To start out, let's just go ahead and make our world. So I'm going to right click, create empty, come up here, I'm going to type world. Do the same thing, right click, create empty. I'm going to call this stuff to shoot. And then now I need to import all of my assets. So here, I'll make a folder, call it materials, and I'm going to need to import the grass and the sand that you downloaded. So I'm going to import the grass in a point that I downloaded. And let's go ahead and just set up our land. So I'm going to click on world, right click, 3D object. I'm going to select a plane. Plane, instead of calling it plane, I'm going to call it land. I have my land here. And let's add on our sand. Now, let's scale this up. So I'm going to make this 10x, 1y, and 10z. So there's our little sandy area, which is our land. Let's see that. And now let's go ahead and make our grass. I'm going to right click on world, 3D object. I'm going to create another plane. Now this plane I'm going to call grass. And I'm going to drag the grass onto that. You can see this is a little bit down, so we'll bring it up some so we can see that. And there we kind of go. Now you see we need these other things, fences and grass. So I can right click, do an empty object, fences and grass. I'll put my grass in there. I need to now import my Pro Western Starter Pack. So I can go to the asset store right here inside of Unity. And here I can do a search for Pro Western Starter. And you can see that pops up. It is free. I can click on it. Click on download. Make sure you sign in with your Google account. You can see I have two-factor authentication. Now I can click I have responded on my phone. And now I can go ahead and click allow. So now I can click on download. Since I'm signed in, it will download. And now I can click on import. This is what pops up. And I can go ahead and import. When it's finished importing, you will see this folder show up, which says Pro Western Starter. And inside of here, it has a bunch of prefabs. I just want to show you that. It has all these things that you can use to design your Cowboy 3D world. So now that we have all of our assets, we can go back to scene. And now let's just simply make our fields here to match all the required things that we need. And then you simply will drag out the things you need and manipulate them and put them where you want to inside of your world. So let's start out with world. Inside of world, you can see I have land, I have fences in this. I need 10 bushes, 10 rocks, I have fences and grass again, and then 5 buildings. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to create empty. I'm going to call this one 10 bushes. And what I can do is you can see it has bushes here. I can go ahead and drag this and drop one of these bushes here. I might want it here. But let's just say I want us to move it over here. And again, you're going to need to put 10 in there, somewhere in your world. I'm going to close that. Right click, create empty. I need 10 rocks. So I'm going to call this 10 rocks. And again, here you can see if you scroll down, you have this rock 1. So I could drag my rock in there and let's just move it. Let's say I wanted my rock over here somewhere. And remember, you can duplicate rocks, and I can use my scale tool and I can scale rocks down or make them bigger. Again, use your creativity to kind of design your own world. So the rest of these, I'm just going to make the empty objects. So I need to have another fences and grass. And you know what you're going to put in there. And I'm just going to duplicate this. And then create one more empty object, which is 5 buildings. And you can see inside of here you have a building. I could simply drag this building right there. You can see this is my building. Obviously, it doesn't need to be that big. I want to scale it down and move it onto my grass. This is going to be my little house area that I have. And again, you can see you're going to use your creativity to design this stuff. I'm just setting you up in this video. We've been designing this entire school year, and you should be able to design a really nice game using these assets. So that is everything you need for the world. You simply need to fill those things in, scale the different prefabs up, move them around your world. That way you have a nice thing. For stuff to shoot, you're going to need a bunch of different empty objects. So I'm going to make this, it's going to be 10 barrels. You can see a barrel is right there. Create an object. You're going to need 10 bottles. You can see broken bottle is right here. Create another empty object. You're going to need 15 coins. You can see the coins are right there. Right click another empty object. We're going to need 10 crates. And you can see crate 1 is right here. Create another empty object. We're going to need 10 skulls and bones. And you can see bones are right here. And if we scroll down, skull is right there. Right click on create empty object. Other thing we will need is 10 cactus or cacti. Again, you see the cactus one is right there. Right click, create empty object. We have 5 big trees. And you can see here, if I scroll down, I have tree 1. But I can drag in a tree 1 and it's super, super big. Actually, I want it to be inside of here. And I'm just going to duplicate this. And this is 5 little trees. And the only difference is I would actually scale these down using my scale tool. So I can scale down the tree and move it somewhere else. And again, use your creativity, use your design, make your world however you want. There you go. 2 other things I need. So I'm going to make 2 empty objects. First one will be 20 tumbleweeds. And you can see tumbleweeds are right there. And then this is other 1. And you can see inside of here you need a wolf trap. Wolf trap is right here at the bottom. You need a clarion. Clarion is right there. Hat, you can see you have your hat right here. Your knife is next to it. Your wheel is at the bottom. Your cooker, you can see that right there. And the axe, which is at the top. So you're going to use actually everything in here to design however you want your room. Look at the example on the class website to help give you inspiration. And this is just the minimum. If you want to add more than this here, that is fine. You feel free to go crazy. But this is what you minimally should have inside of your design. So let's go back to our class page and quickly just show you the example. So here's the example. If I press play, you can see here's my world. And again, I have a house over there. I have some big trees. I have another house and some rocks off into the distance. I have everything kind of around in my yard. I also have some stuff in that house over there. I have some coins on top. Here's a little bottle on top of this rock on the outside, some tumbleweeds. So this is kind of an inspiration for you, but again, it doesn't have to match what I have. Use your imagination to design your own world. That's it for this video. So inside of Unity, now you simply have to Use these prefabs that came with our Pro Western Starter Kit to design your Cowboy 3D game. Once you complete this assignment, don't forget to save it and then turn it into your teacher.